The private dining chamber aboard the Celestial Crown glowed with soft purple light. Exotic flowers bloomed along the walls, releasing gentle perfumes into the air. Olivia stood near the viewport, watching distant stars while Princess Zara dismissed her attendants. When they were alone, Zara gestured to the low table covered with strange fruits and steaming dishes. "Please sit, soldier. Mason Vexian cuisine might surprise your human palate, but I have instructed the food synthesizers to adjust for your biology." Olivia carefully lowered herself to the cushion across from the princess. "Thank you for this invitation." "Your Highness, it is unexpected." Zara tilted her head, studying the human with all four eyes. "Unexpected? Yes, but necessary. I find diplomatic talks tedious. The real truths are shared over food, not at conference tables." The princess served Olivia herself another break from protocol, placing items on a metallic plate. The food shimmered with unusual colors. Some dishes moved slightly as if still alive. "Do not worry, Olivia Mason," Zara said, noticing the human's hesitation. "Nothing here will harm you. We have studied human biology extensively." Olivia cautiously tried a purple fruit. Its taste exploded in her mouth. Sweet, then tangy, then something else entirely, a flavor humans had no word for. It was delicious. "You mentioned the Proxima colony incident," Zara said after they had eaten in silence for several minutes. "Those scout ships were commanded by my cousin Varex. He was considered one of our finest warriors." Olivia set down her eating utensil. "I did not know that, Your Highness. I am sorry for your loss." Zara made a dismissive gesture. "We Vexians do not mourn those who fail in battle. Varex underestimated his enemy. A fatal error. But I am curious. How did 7 humans defeat 30 Vexian elites? Our warriors are stronger, faster, and have natural armor." Olivia considered her words carefully. "You rely too much on your natural advantages. We studied your tactics, learned your weaknesses. We used the environment to our advantage. The atmosphere on Proxima has trace elements that interfere with your sensory organs. Your warriors didn't realize this until it was too late." The princess leaned forward, her 4 eyes blinking in sequence. "You researched our biology." Olivia nodded. "Just as you studied ours. Knowledge is as important as strength." Zara was silent for a moment, contemplating this. "You are not what I expected, Olivia Mason. I was told humans are primitive, violent creatures barely evolved from animals, but you speak with wisdom." "I could say the same about Vexians," Olivia replied. "We have our stories too. Tales of purple-skinned monsters with 4 eyes who show no mercy." Zara laughed, a musical sound. "That is fair, I suppose. Both sides have their propaganda." She rose from the table and moved to the viewport. "Come look at the stars with me." Olivia joined her. The view was spectacular. From this position they could see both the human colony world and the distant glow of the Vexian homeworld. 2 civilizations, Zara said, pointing to each. "There is space enough for both. Yet we fight. Why do you think that is?" "History," Olivia suggested. "Our first contact was violent. Both sides responded with fear rather than curiosity. That set our path." The princess considered this. "The first human ship to enter our space fired upon our greeting vessel. They misinterpreted your approach." Olivia explained. "Your ships moved differently than ours. The captain thought you were preparing to attack. Made a terrible mistake. One that has cost millions of lives," Zara said solemnly on both sides. She turned to face Olivia directly. "I have read your military record. Soldier Mason, you have fought our forces 3 times and survived, each time outnumbered. How have you not learned to hate us?" Olivia met the princess' gaze. "I have seen too much death to glorify it. Your Highness, I fight because it is my duty, but I would prefer peace." Zara studied the human woman with new interest. "Commander Krell says I should not trust humans, that your words are deceptive, but I sense truth in what you say. Trust must be earned on both sides," Olivia replied. The princess moved closer enough that Olivia could see the subtle patterns in her purple skin, the way her 4 eyes moved independently yet in harmony. "Remove the rest of your outer garments." Human Olivia hesitated. Your Highness, I wish to see your scars, Zara explained. All of them, to understand what my people have done to yours. After a moment, Olivia removed her uniform jacket and shirt, revealing a simple undergarment. Her arms, torso, and back were marked with numerous scars. Some were surgical precise lines. Others were jagged, angry reminders of violent encounters. Zara circled Olivia, her expression unreadable. The princess reached out, touching a particularly severe scar that ran across Olivia's shoulder blade. This one orbital bombardment of New Madrid colony, Olivia explained. I was evacuating civilians when your ships began the attack. The building collapsed. I was trapped for 2 days. And this Zara touched another scar on Olivia's arm, hand-to-hand combat with a Vexian warrior on Titan base. The princess noticed Olivia's slight smile. Why does this one amuse you? I won, Olivia said simply. Zara continued her examination, asking about each significant mark on Olivia's body. Each scar told a story of the conflict between their peoples. Some were from direct combat, others from escape attempts or rescue missions. By the time she finished, Zara had a new understanding of the war from the human perspective. You may dress now, Zara said, stepping back. You wear your history on your skin. Olivia Mason, we Vexians heal without scarring. It is considered a superior trait, but perhaps there is value in remembering what the body has endured. Olivia put her clothing back on. Your people have their own scars, Your Highness, they are just not visible. The princess returned to the viewport. Your insight is surprising for a soldier. I expected a simple warrior, but find a philosopher. I'm a soldier because I must be, Olivia replied, standing beside Zara. Just as you are a princess because you must be. We all play the roles we are given. Zara turned to her. Do you believe peace is possible between our kinds? Olivia considered the question. I believe it is necessary. The alternative is mutual destruction. Neither of our species would survive another full-scale war. The princess was silent for a long moment. Tomorrow we return to formal negotiations. The diplomats will argue over borders and resources, trade agreements, and reparations. But tonight I have learned more about humans than in all my previous studies. Because you asked different questions, Olivia suggested. Instead of studying us as enemies, you spoke to me as a person, yes, Zara agreed. Perhaps that is the beginning of understanding. She moved toward the chamber door. It is late. You should return to your ship. Your colleagues will be concerned. Commander Krell was waiting outside, his expression disapproving. The princess nodded to him and he reluctantly escorted Olivia back to the docking bay. As Olivia boarded the shuttle to return to the human vessel, she replayed the evening in her mind. The young princess was not what she had expected. There was curiosity there, a willingness to learn. That gave Olivia hope. On the human ship, Susan Clark was waiting for her. What happened? She asked as soon as they were alone. Did you learn anything useful? Olivia nodded. The princess is not as committed to war as her public persona suggests. She has questions, doubts. I think she may genuinely want peace. Susan looked skeptical. She humiliated you in front of everyone by making you remove your armor. That was for show, Olivia explained. She is young, trying to prove herself to her advisors. In private, she is different. Curious, intelligent. Susan sighed. I hope you're right. The General Staff wants these negotiations to succeed. Our resources are stretched thin. We can't afford another conflict. I believe there's an opportunity. Here, Olivia said. The princess invited me to train with her royal guard tomorrow before negotiations resume. That's unprecedented, Susan exclaimed. Vexians never allow outsiders to observe their combat techniques. Exactly, Olivia replied. It's a gesture of trust, but also a test. She wants to see what I'm capable of. Be careful, Susan warned. The Vexian royal family is known for its cunning. This could be an elaborate trap. I'll keep my guard up, Olivia promised. But I don't think it's a trap. I think it's an opening. After Susan left, Olivia stood at the viewport of her quarters looking at the massive Vexian ship. The celestial crown glowed against the darkness of space, beautiful and terrifying. Like its young princess, tomorrow would bring either progress or new conflict. Olivia touched the scar on her shoulder, a reminder of what was at stake. Peace was worth the risk. If Princess Zara was extending a hand even cautiously, Olivia would grasp it aboard the celestial crown. Princess Zara sat in her private chamber reviewing files on Olivia Mason. The human's military record was impressive, a decorated soldier with numerous commendations for bravery, but it was the personal details that interested Zara, now an orphan raised in military academies after her parents died in the first Vexian attack on Earth colonies. No family, no attachments, only duty. A life. Not unlike Zara's own, despite their different species, Commander Krell entered after requesting permission. Princess, I must express my concern. This human soldier has killed many of our kind. She cannot be trusted. Zara looked up from the files. Do you know what makes humans dangerous, Krell? It is not their weapons or their technology. It is their adaptability. When faced with a superior enemy, they do not surrender, they change, they evolve. The commander frowned respectfully. What are you saying, Princess? The training chamber aboard the Celestial Crown pulsed with energy. 12 Vexian royal guards stood in formation, their purple skin glistening with a protective coating, their natural armor plates visible along their arms and shoulders. Princess, Zara observed from an elevated platform wearing lightweight combat attire that highlighted her royal status. Olivia entered the chamber, wearing the standard human military training uniform, black and fitted but allowing free movement. She carried no weapons as instructed. Her eyes scanned the room, noting exits, potential hazards, and the positions of all Vexians present. Welcome to the heart of Vexian military excellence, Zara announced. Her voice echoed in the large space. Today we exchange knowledge. Commander Krell believes this unwise. She gave a pointed look to her advisor who stood rigidly nearby. But I believe understanding breeds respect. Krell stepped forward. Princess, I must once again object to this. The human should not witness our sacred combat techniques. Zara waved her hand dismissively. The human has already faced our warriors in battle, Krell. She has seen our techniques and defeated them. I wish to know how. The commander fell silent, but his disapproval remained evident. In the stiff set of his shoulders, Zara floated down from her platform, moving with graceful efficiency until she stood before Olivia. We will begin with basic forms, then progress to sparring. Are you prepared? Soldier? Mason? Olivia nodded. Yes, Your Highness. Though I should warn you, human combat styles are primarily defensive. We lack your natural advantages, so we focus on redirection rather than direct confrontation. Interesting. Zara gestured to one of her guards. Demonstrate your basic stance. For the next hour, Olivia showed the Vexians how humans trained for combat. The princess and her guards watched with increasing interest as Olivia moved through forms that emphasized balance, efficiency, and the use of an opponent's strength against them. Your style is unusual, Commander Krell commented. It lacks power. Olivia continued her demonstration without pausing. Power is not always about strength, Commander. Sometimes it is about timing and position. A small force applied correctly can overcome a much larger one. To illustrate, she invited one of the smaller guards to attack her. The Vexian moved with incredible speed, but Olivia sidestepped at the last moment, using the guard's momentum to send him tumbling across the floor. The other Vexians murmured in surprise. Fascinating, Zara said. Her 4 eyes blinked in sequence, a sign of deep thought. Now show us how you would attack. Olivia shook her head. With respect. Your Highness, our best defense is a good defense. I would prefer not to initiate combat. The princess tilted her head, studying Olivia. Is this reluctance, fear? No, Olivia replied, meeting Zara's gaze. It is strategy. I have survived 3 encounters with Vexian forces by choosing my battles carefully. Zara laughed, a musical sound that echoed in the chamber, wise words from a wise warrior. She turned to her guards. Now show Soldier Mason our combat forms. The Vexian guards moved into action. Their fighting style was aggressive, powerful, and intimidating. They used their multiple limbs, to attack from unexpected angles, their natural armor allowing them to block strikes that would injure a human. Their movements were precise, almost beautiful in their deadly efficiency. Olivia watched carefully, analyzing strengths and weaknesses. The Vexians relied heavily on their superior physical attributes. Their training emphasized overwhelming force rather than adaptation. After the demonstration, Zara approached Olivia. "Your thoughts? Very impressive, Your Highness," Olivia replied honestly. "Your warriors are formidable." But Zara prompted, sensing Olivia had more to say. "But they expect to win based on their natural advantages." Olivia continued. "When those advantages are neutralized, they struggle to adapt." Commander Krell stepped forward, his voice sharp. "And how would one neutralize our advantages?" Human Olivia met his hostile gaze. "That would depend on the situation." Commander. On Proxima Colony, it was environmental. On Titan Base, it was technological. Each battlefield requires different tactics. Enough theory. Zara announced, "I wish to see practice." She pointed to the center of the training area. "You will spar with me." Soldier Mason. The chamber fell silent. Even Krell seemed shocked. "Princess, this is unprecedented." He protested. "You cannot risk yourself with a human." "I am not at risk," Krell Zara replied confidently. "I have trained in combat since I could walk. I wish to experience human fighting techniques firsthand." Olivia hesitated. "Your Highness, I am not comfortable engaging in combat." With royalty, Zara moved to the center of the room. "On this training floor, I am not royalty, I am a warrior as you are. If peace is to be possible, we must understand each other in all ways, including combat." Reluctantly, Olivia joined the princess in the center. Both women faced each other in ready stances. The Vexian guards formed a circle around them, tension evident in their postures. "Begin," Zara commanded. The princess moved with startling speed, her forearms reaching for Olivia in a complex pattern. The human soldier sidestepped, redirecting rather than blocking, allowing Zara's momentum to carry her. "Past impressive," Zara commented, adjusting her stance. "You are faster than I expected." Olivia remained focused. "I told you we adapt." They circled each other. Zara attacked again, this time more cautiously. Olivia deflected and counterattacked, testing the princess' defenses without committing fully. The sparring continued, each woman learning the other's style, strengths, and limitations. Zara was stronger, faster, and had more limbs to attack with. But Olivia was unpredictable, changing techniques without warning, never establishing a pattern that could be anticipated. The princess found herself genuinely challenged for the first time in years. After several intense minutes, Zara called a halt. Both women were breathing heavily. Neither had gained a clear advantage. "You fight well for a human," Zara said. "There is much to learn from your approach, and you are formidable, Your Highness." Olivia replied. "I can see why your warriors are feared throughout the galaxy." The princess turned to her guards, addressing them in the Vexian language. The warriors listened attentively, occasionally glancing at Olivia with new respect. When Zara finished speaking, they bowed and exited the chamber, leaving only the princess, Commander Krell, and Olivia. "I have instructed them to incorporate some of your defensive techniques into their training," Zara explained. "It will make them more effective." "Warriors, Commander." Krell looked displeased but remained silent. "Would you walk with me, Soldier Mason?" Zara requested. "I wish to continue our discussion." The princess led Olivia from the training chamber into a long corridor lined with transparent panels showing the vastness of space. Outside, the diplomatic talks between the human and Vexian delegations were proceeding, but here, away from official protocols, the real understanding was developing. "You fight differently than the other humans I have studied," Zara observed. "Your technique is more refined, more patient. Where did you learn necessity?" "Your Highness," Olivia replied. "After my parents were killed in the first attacks, I was raised in military academies. I had to learn quickly to survive." Zara stopped walking, turning to face Olivia. "You were a child during the first conflicts." "Yes, I was 7 when your forces attacked the Mars colony. My parents were scientists, not soldiers. They died trying to protect other civilians." The princess was silent for a moment. "I, too, lost my mother at a young age. She died in a human counterattack. It seems we have this in common." Olivia Mason, we are both children of this conflict. They resumed walking in silence, each contemplating this shared experience despite their different worlds. Tell me something, Zara said after a while. Why did you agree to these peace talks? Given your history, you have more reason than most to hate Vexians. Olivia considered the question. I have seen too much death, Your Highness. On both sides. This war has gone on my entire life. I fight because I must, but I would rather build than destroy. The princess studied Olivia with all four eyes. Your words mirror my own thoughts, though I would not admit such things to my advisors. The expansion of our empire has cost too many lives. It cannot continue indefinitely. They reached an observation deck with a panoramic view of stars. Commander Krell remained at a respectful distance, still watching Olivia with suspicion. What do you see when you look at the stars? Zara asked. Possibility. Olivia replied, worlds to explore, knowledge to gain. There is so much universe beyond our conflict. Zara smiled, a gesture that transformed her alien features. I see the same. When I was younger, I wanted to be an explorer, not a warrior, but royal duty dictated otherwise. Before Olivia could respond, an alarm sounded throughout the ship. Red lights flashed along the corridors. Commander Krell rushed forward, speaking rapidly in the Vexian language. What is happening, Olivia? Asked. The princess' face had hardened. A human vessel has entered restricted space near our homeworld. They have weapons armed and are not responding to communication. Olivia frowned. That makes no sense. The diplomatic team would never authorize such an action. Perhaps your diplomats are not in control of all your military. Zara suggested, her voice cool. You should return to your ship, Soldier Mason. This incident must be addressed. Commander Krell escorted Olivia to the docking bay where a shuttle waited to return her to the human vessel. The commander's expression was triumphant. See how quickly trust shatters human. This is why peace is impossible. I don't believe this is what it seems, Commander Olivia replied. There must be an explanation. Shuttle journey back to the human ship was tense. Upon arrival, Olivia found the diplomatic team in disarray. Chaos erupted aboard the human diplomatic vessel. Urgent communications flew between Earth Command and the delegation. The rogue ship called Defiance continued its provocative course toward Vexian territory, ignoring all orders to stand down. Olivia paced in the strategy room while Susan argued with military officials via holographic link. No, we cannot guarantee they will comply with your orders. They are civilians with military-grade weapons. Yes, I understand the implications. Admiral, but threatening. The Vexians will only escalate the situation further. When the link ended, Susan turned to Olivia. The Admiral wants to send in a strike team to disable the Defiance, but that would mean entering Vexian space without permission. We would be violating the very boundaries we're trying to negotiate. The peace talks have been suspended, not terminated, Olivia said. We still have a chance to salvage this if we act quickly. How? Susan asked. The princess has recalled all Vexian personnel to their vessel and cut communications. Their defense systems are on high alert. Olivia stopped pacing. I need to speak with Princess Zara directly. We've established a personal connection. She might listen to me. That's impossible, Susan objected. The Vexians have locked down all channels. No shuttles are permitted to approach the Celestial Crown. There has to be a way, Olivia insisted. The future of both our species is at stake. After a moment of thought, Susan approached a secure terminal. There might be one option. During the initial negotiations, we established an emergency communication protocol, a direct line between our ship and the Vexian royal quarters. It was meant for crisis situations. Like now, Olivia said. Susan nodded, but it would bypass the official channels. Commander Krell would not be aware of the contact. The princess would have to accept the communication personally. Do it, Olivia urged. Susan hesitated. This could cost me my position. If the Admiral discovers unauthorized contact, I'll take full responsibility, Olivia assured her. The alternative is watching years of diplomatic work destroyed by extremists. Susan accessed the secure system, inputting a complex series of codes. A soft chime indicated the connection was active. The screen remained Dark as they waited, minutes passed in tense silence. Then the screen illuminated, showing Princess Zara's face. Her expression was cold. All four eyes narrowed. You have considerable courage using this channel. Human. Princess Zara. Olivia stepped forward. I need to explain about the rogue vessel. The princess held up a hand. I am listening only because of our previous interactions, Soldier Mason. Make it brief. Olivia spoke quickly. The ship Defiance is not authorized by Earth government or military. It's operated by an extremist group opposed to peace. They are acting against direct orders. Their goal is to sabotage these negotiations. And why should I believe this? Zara asked. Because it makes no sense for us to jeopardize these talks. Olivia replied. We have as much to lose as you do. More perhaps our colonies are vulnerable. Our supply lines stretched thin. War benefits neither side. Zara was silent for a moment, considering. Then what do you propose? Our military wants to send a strike team to disable the Defiance, Olivia explained. But that would mean entering your territory without permission, creating another diplomatic incident. The princess leaned forward slightly. You have an alternative suggestion, joint operation, Olivia said firmly. Let me join a Vexian team to intercept the vessel. That way both sides are represented. Both sides can verify the ship's status and intentions. Zara's eyes blinked in sequence. It would be unprecedented. So were our training sessions, Your Highness. Olivia pointed out. Sometimes unprecedented actions are necessary. Commander Krell would object strongly. Zara mused. With respect, Princess Olivia said, this is an opportunity to demonstrate that cooperation between our species is possible. The princess was quiet for a long moment. Her four eyes studied Olivia through the screen. Very well, Soldier Mason, I will send a shuttle for you alone. Prepare for departure within 1 hour. The screen went dark before Olivia could respond. Susan stared at her in disbelief. Can't believe she agreed. How did you convince her? Olivia began preparing her equipment. I didn't convince her. She was already looking for a solution that wouldn't lead to war. The princess wants peace as much as we do. She just can't appear weak. To her advisors, are you sure about this? Susan asked. This could be a trap. Olivia checked her sidearm. I don't think so. But even if it is, I have to try. We're out of options. Within the hour, a Vexian shuttle docked with the human vessel Olivia boarded, alone, wearing light armor and carrying minimal weapons. The shuttle pilot, a stoic Vexian warrior, did not speak during the short journey back to the Celestial Crown. Upon arrival, Olivia was escorted directly to a small tactical chamber where Princess Zara and Commander Krell waited. The commander looked furious. This is madness, Princess Krell was saying as Olivia entered. The Emperor would never approve of a joint mission with humans, especially this human. My father is not here. Zara replied calmly. I am acting regent in his absence and I have made my decision. She turned to Olivia. Soldier Mason, welcome back to my vessel. The situation has escalated. The rogue ship has launched probes toward our defense perimeter. Olivia frowned. That's provocative, but not explicitly hostile. Tell that to the families still mourning from the last human incursion, Krell snapped. Enough, Commander, Zara ordered. She gestured to a tactical display. This is our plan. A small team will approach the Defiance in a stealth vessel. You and I will lead the mission. Olivia could not hide her surprise. You personally, Your Highness. Zara's expression remained neutral. This crisis requires royal authority. I will not delegate such an important task, Commander. Krell stepped forward. Princess, I must formally object. This places the heir to the Empire in unnecessary danger. The princess fixed all four eyes on her advisor. Your objection is noted. Krell, now prepare the vessel. We depart immediately. The commander bowed stiffly and left the chamber. When they were alone, Zara turned to Olivia. You are surprised by my decision. It's unexpected, Your Highness, Olivia admitted. But I appreciate your commitment. The princess moved closer, studying Olivia with intensity. There is more at stake than you realize, Soldier Mason. My father the Emperor is considering a final solution to the human problem. If these peace talks fail, he will authorize the use of our newest weapons that could eliminate human presence in this sector of the galaxy. Olivia felt a chill. I had no idea the situation was so dire, Fudu, Zara said. Even among my advisors, only Krell knows the full extent of my father's plans. I do not wish to see such weapons deployed. Olivia Mason, I have studied your species. I believe coexistence is possible. But I must have proof. That is why I come on this mission myself. To see firsthand if humans and Vexians can work together in a crisis. Understand, Your Highness? Olivia said. And I will not let you down. The stealth vessel was small and sleek, designed for speed and invisibility. 4 Vexian warriors joined them along with Commander Krell, who maintained a hostile silence. The ship detached from the celestial crown and accelerated toward the last known position of the Defiance. During the journey, Zara briefed the team. Our objective is to board the human vessel, disable its propulsion and weapon systems, and detain the crew. We will then investigate their true purpose. Any evidence we find will be documented by both myself and Soldier Mason to ensure transparency. Commander Krell activated a weapons locker, distributing specialized equipment. These are sonic disruptors, he explained. They cause temporary paralysis in most species, including humans, he added with a pointed look at Olivia. I will use a standard-issue sidearm. Olivia said, I know human ship layouts and security protocols. I should take point when we board. The Vexian warriors looked to Zara for confirmation. The princess nodded. Logical. You know your own kind best, Soldier Mason. But Commander Krell will remain at your side at all times. Sensors indicated they were approaching the target. The Defiance came into view on the tactical display. A modified transport ship with hastily added weapon mounts. It was maintaining position just outside the formal Vexian defense perimeter, continuing to launch small probes. No response to hails, the pilot reported. They are either ignoring us, or communications are disabled. Approach from there. Blind spot, Zara ordered. Prepare for boarding. The stealth vessel maneuvered silently, using the Defiance's own engine signature to mask their approach. Olivia studied the ship's design, noting vulnerabilities in the hull structure. That access port. She pointed to a maintenance hatch. It leads directly to the engineering section. We can enter there and disable their engines first. Zara nodded to her team. Execute the plan. The boarding was swift and precise. The Vexian vessel locked onto the Defiance's hull, creating a sealed passage. The team moved through in practiced formation, with Olivia leading and Commander Krell close behind. Inside the ship was eerily quiet. Emergency lighting cast red shadows through the corridors. Olivia signaled for caution. As they approached the engineering section, something's wrong, she whispered. There should be crew members here. Even a skeleton crew would have someone monitoring engines. Zara scanned with a Vexian device. Life signs are present but clustered in the forward section. Not where we would expect crew to be during an operation. They secured the engine room without resistance. Olivia quickly accessed the control systems. Her fingers flew over the interface as she examined the ship's operational status. Princess Zara of the Vexian Empire stood tall on the observation deck of her royal vessel, the Celestial Crown. She was 19 years old by Earth standards, with shimmering purple skin that caught the light as she moved. Her 4 eyes narrowed as she watched the human delegation board her ship. The humans had requested this meeting to discuss a peace treaty between their worlds. After decades of Cold War, Zara found the whole affair beneath her. The humans were so primitive in her eyes, barely a century into space travel, while her civilization had sailed the stars for millennia. The royal vessel hovered in neutral space between the human colony of New Terra and the Vexian homeworld. It was designed to intimidate with its massive, crystalline spires and pulsing energy fields. Zara made sure the reception hall was decorated with trophies from previous conflicts. Subtle reminders of Vexian superiority. Among the human delegates was Olivia Mason, a 30-year-old soldier in heavy armor. Olivia had been selected for this mission due to her exceptional combat record and cool temperament. She had fought in 3 planetary skirmishes against Vexian scouts and survived. The other delegates were diplomats, but the Vexians had insisted on meeting military personnel as well. Zara watched Olivia with particular interest. The human woman moved with precision, despite the bulky armor that covered her from neck to toe. Such primitive protection Zara thought no Vexian would need such heavy gear. They had evolved natural defenses and superior reflexes. Commander Krell, the princess advisor, approached and bowed deeply. Princess, the humans are ready for the formal reception. May I suggest you wear your battle regalia? It would remind them of your status. Zara waved a dismissive hand. That would be giving them too much importance, Krell. I will wear my casual attire. Let them know this meeting is merely a formality to me. Krell hesitated. As you wish, Your Highness. But remember, your father the Emperor expects progress from these talks. Our resources are stretched thin with the expansion into the Cygnus sector. The princess knew this was true, though she would never admit it to the humans. The Vexian Empire needed this peace as much as Earth did. Their rapid expansion had left their forces scattered and vulnerable. But Zara was young and proud, unwilling to show any weakness. The formal introductions began in the grand meeting hall. Zara sat on her hovering throne, looking down at the humans with barely concealed boredom. Her attendants stood nearby, ready to serve her every whim. The hall was designed to make visitors feel small with its soaring ceilings and intimidating architecture. Susan Clark, the lead human diplomat, stepped forward. Princess Zara, we bring greetings from Earth and its colonies. We hope these talks will lead to lasting peace between our peoples. Zara nodded slightly, acknowledging the greeting with minimal effort. Earth has encroached on Vexian territories for too long. Your colonies expand without regard for our ancient claims. Susan remained diplomatic. We have different understandings of territorial boundaries. Princess. That is why we are here to establish clear borders and protocols. When Olivia stepped forward to introduce herself, Zara let out a musical laugh that echoed through the chamber. The sound was beautiful, but clearly mocking. The princess leaned forward. Why do you wear such heavy armor? Human, are you that fragile? Her voice translated perfectly through the communication devices. Olivia remained expressionless, but her eyes hardened. We wear what protects us. Your Highness. Zara rose from her throne and floated down to stand before Olivia. The princess circled the human soldier, studying her with all four eyes. Your species is so weak, so soft. I have heard stories that a human can be killed by a simple fall or a small cut. Is that true? The other delegates shifted uncomfortably, but Olivia stood her ground. Your information is outdated. Princess Zara stopped in front of Olivia, their faces close. Then prove it, remove your armor. Show me what a human soldier really is. The diplomatic team froze. Some began to protest, but Olivia raised her hand, silencing them with deliberate movements. She began to remove her armor. First the helmet, then the chest plate, followed by arm guards and leg protection. Until she stood in her simple black uniform, Zara stepped back, surprised. The human was not what she expected. Olivia was tall, for her species, with strong muscles visible even through her uniform. Her skin was dark brown and her hair was cut short in a practical style. But most surprising were the scars visible on Olivia's exposed neck and hands. Before Zara could comment, Olivia spoke. These scars, Princess, are why your scouts failed to report back from the frontier worlds. I was there. Zara's upper eyes widened. She could not finish the sentence. 3 of your scout ships landed on Proxima Colony. Olivia continued, her voice steady. They killed 200 settlers before we responded. I led the team that stopped them. The princess felt her confidence waver. The human before her had defeated Vexian elite forces. Something considered impossible. Commander Krell stepped forward as if to intervene, but Zara gestured for him to stay back. I was the only survivor from my team. Olivia added, 7 humans against 30 Vexians. The odds were not in our favor, but we completed our mission. The hall fell silent. The Vexian attendants whispered among themselves, clearly disturbed by this revelation. The scout ships had been considered lost in space accidents, not defeated in battle. Zara circled Olivia again. but with new eyes studying her, not as an inferior being, but as a worthy opponent. How did you survive? Olivia met the princess' gaze without flinching. We are not as fragile as you believe, Your Highness. We bend but do not break. We fall but rise again, and we learn from every battle. For the first time in her life, Princess Zara felt respect for a species she had been taught was beneath her. The human stood before her unarmed, and yet somehow seemed more dangerous than when in full battle gear. Perhaps we have underestimated your kind, Zara admitted. She gestured to the conference table. It seems we have much to learn about each other. Shall we begin the real negotiations? Now. Olivia nodded, and the delegates moved to their seats. The atmosphere in the room had changed. The mocking princess now regarded the humans with curiosity and caution. As the discussions progressed, Zara found her attention continually drawn to Olivia. The human soldier spoke rarely, but when she did, everyone listened. Her words carried weight, born from experience, not theory. Commander Krell noticed his princess fascination and frowned. He had served the royal family for decades, and had never seen Princess Zara show such interest in an outsider, especially a human. The commander made a mental note to watch this soldier closely. She could be dangerous or useful, perhaps both. By evening, the first round of negotiations had concluded with little progress. Both sides presented their territorial claims with significant overlap. The real work would begin tomorrow. The human delegation prepared to return to their ship for the night. Zara approached Olivia. Would you join me for dinner? Soldier Mason, I would like to hear more about your battles. The invitation surprised everyone. Vexians rarely shared meals with other species, considering it an intimate ritual reserved for family and close allies. Olivia looked to Susan Clark, who gave a subtle nod. I would be honored. Your Highness. Commander Krell stepped forward. Princess, such an invitation is unprecedented. The Emperor would not approve. Zara fixed all four eyes on her advisor. The Emperor is not here, Krell. I am leading these negotiations, and I will decide who I dine with. The commander bowed reluctantly. As you wish, Your Highness. Susan pulled Olivia aside. This is unexpected, but could be valuable. Their culture places great importance on shared meals. It may indicate the princess is genuinely interested in building a relationship. Olivia nodded. I understand the significance. I will be careful. As the other delegates departed, Olivia followed Princess Zara deeper into the Vexian vessel. The corridors were filled with strange organic architecture that seemed to pulse with life. The princess guards watched Olivia with obvious suspicion, their hands never far from their weapons. Zara led Olivia to a private dining chamber with views of the stars. The room was warm, much warmer than humans typically preferred, and filled with exotic plants that emitted sweet scents. This evening may change everything, Zara thought as she watched the human soldier take in her surroundings. Perhaps this human would be the key to understanding Earth, and perhaps in understanding, she could find a path to true peace, or, if necessary, a path to final victory. Self-destruct sequence initiated. 55 seconds until detonation. Everyone freeze. Olivia commanded, her weapon raised. No one moves without my order. The Vexian warriors tensed, ready for combat. Commander Krell positioned himself protectively near Princess Zara. The human extremists looked panicked, some reaching for weapons, others backing toward emergency escape pods. We need to evacuate, Zara stated. The explosives will destroy both vessels. Not yet, Olivia replied. She kept her eyes on the extremist. Leader, you activated the self-destruct. Deactivate it now. The man smiled grimly. It's beyond my control. Lieutenant, a fail-safe. We die, but we take the princess with us, a worthy sacrifice. 45 seconds until detonation. Olivia turned to Zara. Get your team back to the stealth vessel. Your Highness, I will not leave you here, Zara objected. You have to. Olivia insisted. These are my people, my responsibility. I might be able to override the sequence, but I need time. Commander Krell grabbed Zara's arm. Princess, we must evacuate now, Zara. hesitated, torn between duty and her growing respect for the human soldier. 30 seconds until detonation. Go. Olivia urged, already moving toward the ship's control console. I'll follow if I can. The princess made her decision. Commander, evacuate these prisoners, she ordered, gesturing to the human extremists. Take them to our vessel. But Princess Krell began. That is a royal command. Zara snapped. She turned to Olivia. I will assist you. 2 minds are better than 1. The Vexian warriors efficiently secured the prisoners, dragging them toward the airlock despite their protests. Commander Krell lingered, his expression conflicted. Princess, your father will understand that I make my own choices. Zara finished. Now go, Commander. That is an order. Reluctantly, Krell followed the warriors, leaving Zara and Olivia alone with the countdown still blaring. 20 seconds until detonation. Olivia accessed the main computer, searching for the self-destruct protocols. They've locked it down completely. Standard override codes won't work. Zara joined her at the console, Vexian fingers flying across the interface. What about a power surge to disrupt the detonation sequence? Too risky. Olivia replied. It could trigger the explosives immediately. She continued searching through subsystems. Wait. The self-destruct is linked to the life support system. It's using the oxygen circulation to distribute the explosive force. Clever. Zara remarked. Can we isolate that system? 10 seconds until detonation. Not in time, Olivia said. But we can redirect it. She rapidly entered commands, rerouting the oxygen system. 5 seconds. Zara watched intensely as Olivia made the final adjustments. Come on, she whispered. 4, 3, 2. The ship shuddered violently as controlled. Explosions rippled through uninhabited sections. Emergency bulkheads slammed into place, containing the damage. The main cabin rocked, but remained intact. Explosive decompression in sections 7 through 12. The computer announced remaining structural integrity at 63%. Olivia exhaled. I redirected the explosion to the cargo holds. They're empty, and I was able to vent them to space before detonation. The ship is damaged, but we're alive. Zara stared at Olivia with all 4 eyes wide. That was remarkable, thinking Soldier Mason. No time to celebrate, Olivia replied. The biological weapons are still active. We need to neutralize those probes. They hurried to the weapons control system. Olivia accessing the launch protocols while Zara examined the biological agents through the ship's database. These are engineered specifically for Vexian biology. Zara said, her voice tight. The virus would target our respiratory systems. Millions could die within days. Can you deactivate the probes remotely? Olivia asked. Zara shook her head. They're designed to self-protect once deployed. We would need to physically intercept each one. How many? 6, Zara replied, all approaching different sections of our defense perimeter. Olivia thought quickly. The stealth vessel can track them, but it would take too long to reach each one. She turned to Zara. Could your warships intercept them? They would need to know exactly what they're looking for. The princess said. The probes are small, designed to evade detection. We need to warn them. Olivia decided, accessing the communication system. The main screen activated, showing Commander Krell aboard the stealth vessel. His expression changed from concern to relief when he saw Zara. Princess, you survived. We are returning to retrieve you. No time, Zara replied. The probes contain a bioweapon that will devastate our homeworld. You must alert the defense fleet. Send them these specifications. She transmitted the data from the Defiance's computers. They must intercept all 6 probes immediately. Krell's face hardened. It shall be done. Princess, as Krell's image disappeared. Olivia continued working at the console. I've set the Defiance on a collision course with the nearest probe. It won't be enough, but it's something. A proximity alert sounded. 3 Vexian warships had appeared, dropping out of faster-than-light travel. Their weapons were charged and locked on the Defiance. Zara opened a channel. This is Princess Zara, Royal Identification Code, Lambda 793. Stand down immediately, I repeat. Stand down, a Vexian commander appeared on screen. Princess, we received reports of a human incursion. We are here to eliminate the threat. The threat is the probes, not this vessel, Zara explained. Did Commander Krell contact you moments ago? Your Highness, intercept teams are already deployed, but 2 probes will reach the defense perimeter before we can stop them. Olivia looked to Zara. We need to warn the perimeter stations to lock down immediately. Total quarantine protocols. The Princess nodded, sending the emergency codes herself. All stations, this is Princess Zara. Initiate biohazard protocols level 1. This is not a drill, repeat. This is not a drill for tense minutes. They watched as Vexian ships raced to intercept the probes. 4 were successfully destroyed. The 5th was struck but damaged, not destroyed. It continued on its trajectory toward a minor outpost. The 6th probe, the furthest advanced, was moments from reaching the main defense station. Suddenly, the Defiance accelerated, its engines pushed beyond safe limits. The damaged ship collided with the final probe, destroying both in a silent flash of light. Zara turned to Olivia in confusion. I thought you set the autopilot, but it changed course. I did, Olivia confirmed. But someone overrode my commands. She accessed the ship's logs looking for answers. A message appeared on the screen from the extremist leader, who had been evacuated to the Vexian vessel. Not all of us are blinded by hate. Lieutenant Mason. This was never supposed to be a genocide. When I learned the truth, I couldn't let it happen. End this war before more innocents die. The damaged probe reached the outpost station. Tense minutes passed as they waited for reports. The station is secure, the Vexian commander finally reported. Containment protocols were activated in time. No exposure detected. All probes have been neutralized. Olivia and Zara shared a look of relief. But their ordeal wasn't over yet. We need to examine that data device, Olivia said. The one Commander Krell was so quick to destroy what was on it that he didn't want you to see. Zara's expression hardened. You noticed that too. Vexian shuttle docked with the damaged Defiance. Commander Krell himself led the boarding party. His face betrayed surprise when he saw both women alive. Princess, we must evacuate this vessel immediately. It could still be rigged with explosives. Zara stood tall. Commander, before we leave, I want to discuss the data device these humans mentioned. Why were you so quick to destroy potential evidence? Krell straightened. It contained falsified information. Your Highness, propaganda meant to disrupt our negotiations, yet you recognized it instantly. Zara observed. You knew what it contained before examining it. How is that possible unless... The commander's expression changed, subtle but unmistakable. His hand moved toward his weapon. I act only for the good of the Empire, Princess. Some things are beyond your understanding. Olivia shifted position, placing herself between Zara and Krell. The princess continued her questioning. Commander, are you aware of any plans my father has made regarding human settlements? Plans that might have been leaked to these extremists, the Vexian warriors accompanying. Krell looked confused, uncertain where their loyalties should lie in this confrontation. I serve the Emperor directly, Krell stated. Some matters of state are not shared even with the heir. So it's true, Zara whispered. The plan for a final solution, my father authorized planet killers. Olivia kept her focus on Krell, watching for any sudden movements. You've been sabotaging the peace talks from the beginning, she realized, feeding information to extremists on both sides. Krell's eyes narrowed. The princess is not fit to lead. She fraternizes with the enemy, sympathizes with humans. The Emperor recognized the need for decisive action. Zara stepped forward. I am the royal heir, Commander. Your duty is to me. No longer. Krell replied. The Emperor has reconsidered the succession. In light of your questionable judgment, the other warriors shifted uncomfortably at this revelation. Olivia recognized the moment of vulnerability. Princess Zara of the Vexian Empire. She announced loudly, formally, Do you renounce the plan to use biological weapons against human settlements? I do, Zara replied without hesitation. Such weapons are dishonorable, and I forbid their use by royal proclamation in the name of the Vexian people. Olivia continued. Commander Krell moved suddenly. drawing his weapon. Traitor, he snarled, aiming at Zara. Olivia reacted instantly, throwing herself forward. Her body collided with the princess as Krell's weapon discharged. The energy blast caught Olivia in the shoulder, spinning her around. She fell to the deck as the Vexian warriors finally overcame their confusion, subduing Krell.